Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the first installment of Road to the Show and MLB 21. Now, I know I've done streams with Luke Meyers already, but I'm scratching all of it, scratching it. And if you hear noise in the background, it's the dog. Um, so I can't prevent him from having his fun time. So that's just something we're gonna have to ignore, nonetheless. Anyways, I was struggling since I moved out of my parents' house and being able to have a full-time job. First of all, struggling to find the time to stream now, and two, to edit videos or what I want to do, however I want to do it. I can't. I couldn't think of a solution, especially with coaching football and sometimes now only having like one day off a week. Um, it's gonna get it's gonna get difficult. So I figured, as I'm sitting here on a Friday night when our game got moved back a day, and I have all day to do whatever the heck I wanted to do, and I've just been sitting here thinking what I want to do, and this is the best solution I have, to sit down and record a series. Not so much record a series, but like record a handful of series are pitching. I'll figure that stuff will kind of come with the timing of everything. But it was just kind of hard to sit here and stream, and I don't have a computer where I can stream and record at the same time, because everything will just go end up getting haywire anyways. So what I would have to do is I would have to download it from Twitch and edit it and download it, and you just a bunch of time consuming elements to it, and it was just kind of hard for me to do that when I just don't have the time. I mean, if I have a day off, it's all right, I'll wake up at 10, and when I was streaming, I'd stream to 1:30, pack up, get ready to leave, to go to football practice, or whatever the case is. You also have the dog I have to take care of, so I have to stop every 30 minutes to an hour because he wants to go outside. So I know I'm just rambling on, but I'm just giving you the rundown of how this is all going to end up working. So it's going to be a very long one session once a day, and then I'll figure out how I'm going to put out videos. Not saying that I may not stream it, but if I stream it, you're probably going to be behind. It's just one of those things that's just end up going to happen. It's just the way it's going to work for right now, until I figure out a solution, or I just stop doing it in general, or I get in a better solution where I can continue to keep doing it. But right now, with how work is going and everything like that, I think just making YouTube videos is the best bet that I'm going to have. I can't worry about streaming. It's just going to make it too difficult right now to get in the flow of things, and this is the best way I can do it. So, like I said, when MLB 21 came out, I got it right away, and I started playing it. I have the PS4, by the way. I still can't get a PS5 to save my freaking life, because I just don't feel like fighting for it either. I don't feel like waking up at midnight on Friday to make sure that it's in my inventory so that I can buy it and then go to Best Buy and bring it back, whatever the case. I'll just wait, whatever. The pandemic, crap like that, however you want to spin it. But like I said, I was streaming it, but then work got really heavy, and it was just hard for me to come home, and I started coaching, so it was just hard for me to come home, turn on the PlayStation, turn on the stream, and stream. And sometimes I just wanted to come home and play video games. And the way they did it this year, which kind of sucks, is you have the My Ball player, and even if I wanted to make another Road to the Show and just kind of BS around with that, it would still affect the normal Be a Pro, or not Be a Road to the Show player. And so therefore, if right now I'm going to show you. Guy's 95 overall in the fielding. All right, and I kind of screwed up wherever my controller went. I kind of screwed up not knowing some things. I was very salty at the beginning when I found out that, one, you got rid of the Bowman Scout games that kind of threw me for a loop, and then it kind of pushed you into being a two-way player. I hated the fact at the beginning of being forced into a two-way player, but then I kind of like it a little bit. It breaks up the monotony if you are just a fielder or just a pitcher. Like, it breaks up a little bit of monotony, so I'm gonna go with a different aspect of it. So my pitching is not as high as my overall player, my fielding player. So I'll just go into the pitcher here and activate it, and I'm at a 91. I mean, I have diamond sunglasses. I have not diamond. That's not diamond. That's not diamond. Batting gloves are diamond. That's diamond. I mean, I got a lot of diamond stuff. Like, I just go out and I just pick the stuff. So ultimately, like I said, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna play it and see where we go from there, and figure all of this out at the same time. So I mean, yes, it may suck that I'm not starting from the bottom and working my way. So we're just gonna hopefully be good from the beginning. And I mean, I'm not gonna play at the highest difficulty. I like to have a little bit of fun. I like to try to break records and things like that. So I'll try to be doing that. Maybe stealing records, maybe home runs. I mean, I'm at the point now where I'm just going to hit home runs if I line it up perfectly and this and that. And I've also been kind of frustrated with the batting mechanics this year. Some of it doesn't make quite any sense to me, but that's just something we're going to have to live through. The pitching, I'm trying the new pinpoint pitching, so that's going to take me some time to get used to. I don't understand why right now you can only pick 3 pitches, so I don't know if it's because I'm not technically a starting pitcher, like you can't do that. However, they deemed it, or maybe it's a PS5 Xbox Series kind of thing and just not in the old gen. So I'll be rocking the fastball, sinker, slider. I may change that up. I may throw a curveball in there instead of the sinker. I don't know quite right. I mean, the sinker's nice, the slider's nice, but then when you get in the pinpoint, when runners are on, I don't quite get the pinpoint right away. So we'll get into all of that. So I guess we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into a new one, and see where we go from there. Okay, we're all set up. What do you mean? Okay, use current rosters, and at this point, you got all the current rosters anyways, so it's gonna be interesting to see. I know the trade deadline, the Cubs are absolutely horrendous. My White Sox, doing halfway decent.
MLB draft already underway.
But we'll listen.
A young prospect shares his expectations with a former coach.
I mean, at this point, I could just always choose, but I never choose in general. Let's see. I just want to play for someone that wants me. There's a couple teams I've heard more. There is one team I've heard from more than a couple times. Not really, but I know what type of club I like to play for. I just normally pick, just draft me. But just draft me. I know it's a completely random now, or completely random to a certain extent, however you want to do it. No, let's just continue on. That's probably for the best. Not yours to decide anyways, coach. I'm just expecting a call. I'm just 95, 91 overall pitcher. Yeah, would be fine.
Carlos, you lived that
Well, just
in your
listen to
baseball
this.
career. What's his world like?
Oh, it's extremely exciting. You know that if you perform, you will get the call.
We've got a developing story here. JP, what are you hearing?
I'm checking the numbers, I'm talking to my sources and my scouts, and they're all telling me, hey, this could actually work.
Most of us mere mortals, when we were that age, we were barely chewing gum and walking at the same time, let alone playing the hardest game there is.
Let's see if he's pumping up mentally here to adapt. That's what good players do.
That dream of getting the big leagues is now becoming reality with that one phone call.
You know what? I'll take the Mets. I'll take it. I'm good with the Mets. I am A-okay. I was with Seattle in the first place.
Continuing our MLB Draft Day 2 wrap-up coverage, back to the prospect that we mentioned before the break. There was some surprise, even some criticism of the front office over how early he went off the board. Jonathan Mayo, what do you think of this pick?
Man, I don't think any of us saw this one coming. This definitely feels like a reach to me.
The heck you mean? I'm a 95 overall player. Bite me.
Guy. There was a split camp. A lot of scouts disagreed whether he's better as a pitcher or better as a hitter. I'm guessing the team felt that he's got potential on both sides of the ball, and maybe that adds some value to him. But this made me scratch my head a little bit for sure.
All right, Jonathan Mayo, thanks. What about you, Jim Callis? Was this a head scratcher or the reach of the draft, as some of the other analysts have suggested?
Yeah, I talked to somebody with the team, and they're excited to get this guy. This is a guy they really want. And the 2 points the club made to me were, one, this whole debate: is he a hitter? Is he a pitcher? What are you going to do with him? There was a lot of confusion. This team isn't confused. This team feels like he's got very good potential as a hitter and as a pitcher. They may even try to play him both ways. And they felt like there were a couple other teams that were starting to sniff around this guy. And, this isn't the NFL or NBA draft where you can trade down to get a guy you want. If you want a guy, you have to take him because there's no trades. And they felt like if they didn't take him what he did, somebody else was going to get them. And they just absolutely did not want that to happen.
Jim Callis, we appreciate the time. Thanks.
Okay. So, like I said, I enjoy the road of the show when I still have the rest guard on. I don't get it. Potential as a two-way player. Just try it. Someone in the infield for sure. I normally would just pick second because that's just. And then, like I said, I was kind of tired. I'm tired of this. This is what I'm tired of. I can't even talk. I'll just let him talk. I'm gonna set up some stuff.
So much development left to do. He's got so much potential. And I think all the scouts who are down on him think, oh, he's not a finished product. We don't know what he is. That, to me, could be a good thing. He can hit. He can field. He can pitch. There is so much untapped potential so far for this guy. I'm excited to see what he becomes. And certainly as he gets started actually playing, actually being in games, we're going to be able to talk to some other folks who get a better read on him and see what they think. I'm excited for that. And frankly, I'm going to have my eye on him for a while.
Okay, so I think if you have the new gen, I think they're actually like showing them. I just don't have the new gen, so you hear that part of it. I guess when I'm tired, I mean, I like playing NHL 21, and they kind of did the same thing. They took away, they take away the creativity, I guess, of it. It's like they try to funnel you into it. Like, they'll just funnel you into one thing, and we're going to force you to be a two-way player. I wish it was like some kind of, they right off the bat, you're a two-way player. Well, why can't it be, a little bit down the road? They're like, how they tell you, we'll maybe want to play you in a different position, or like, hey, we want to try to get you on the mound, or if you're pitching, hey, we want to try to get you in the field and the bat. Like, then that's something like, we're intrigued. The podcast kind of rolls along like that. But it's you being a two-way player, and then if you're not a two-way player, they just kind of shut it out like, we knew it, and blah blah blah. And they just keep talking shit. Like, there's no. It's not based on performance to a certain extent. Like, they're like, at least in NHL 21, like, they kind of talk about the performance. I think NHL has some issues as well. I'm just tired of them funneling in. You can have a nice kind of their podcast or whatever the case may be. They can have a nice, simple, maybe one or two games. This is his performance. Kind of like they did with like Road to Glory in NCAA. Which I hope if they bring those games back, oh boy, I'm gonna have so much fun with those games. No, I don't like man. No. NCAA, heck of a time. Love playing those games. But what I was saying is, it's based on performance, and they don't funnel you into anything. Like they want to take your career, your journey through all 4 years of your college career, and they're gonna base every week on a performance, or every 2 weeks. That they're gonna kind of give it like, this is what should happen. If it doesn't happen, one of those, it's not funneled into anything. You still had free creative rights to whatever you want to do. This just feels, even with my ball player, it just feels a little too. I thought they had a good mix last year. I really thought they had a good mix. If they could have added the pocket, I think it would have been a better solution. But you could max your player out to 100. You can't do that because with the classes, I just, if I'm gonna play, like, I want to play and be the best overall player. I want to grind to get to that level. I don't want to be stopped at 50 and then I have to, I gotta grab this perk here, that perk here. Like, I get the perks are nice and all that, and you don't want it to be too overpowered. But I wish it would just kind of, the perks would, if you're slacking one department, it would help you kind of pick that up. And I guess I'm looking too far into it, and it's just something I have to adapt to. I have adapted to it. I've understood it. I get it, where they're coming from. It's just one of those, like, I really wish they would have just kind of kept it how it was, because it just seems like the progression, they were finally figuring it out, and it just, everyone's taking like 5 steps back. But all right, there it is. So this must be me complaining. The first episode's always me complaining about something, whatnot. So, like I said, the way I'm gonna break it down is, if I'm pitching, it's probably gonna be one game, and if it's a long, if I'm playing, it's gonna based on series and stuff like that. So I may have to figure that stuff out. I may try it for a little bit, and then if I could get a pitching episode and say there's like a full, just maybe I'll just base it off a series 1, this series, whatever, a handful of games, just depending how long it goes. I know pitching typically takes a lot longer. It's in that range of 15 to 20 minutes, like I would like my videos to kind of be at. I know I keep rambling on. So we'll figure that out. So I'll do a little bit of customization off, and then the next episode is going to be us, bam, right into it, playing. Who are we going to be playing? We are going to be playing. It's going to load through, but great. I like being with the Mets. It's different than NL. I'm normally on the AL side of things. I was with the Mariners, but this is be interesting. So actually, the first game is going to be starting right off the bat. We're going to be pitching. So that's actually going to be in the next episode. But for me, it's going to be maybe like 5 minutes. But yeah, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening. It's gonna be interesting how we're gonna go from here. But just stay tuned. Follow me on YouTube, maybe Twitter, mostly just YouTube, and we'll just kind of go from there and see how it goes. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, rest of your evening, whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you in the next episode. Luke Meyers' first start in Double-A.